Hi, my name is Tony Curella. I'd like to welcome you to our home today. We're going to do a little 101 on the basic of teas today. We're going to have a lot of fun. Keep it light and airy. I'm not the biggest expert on teas, but I do sure like to drink them. So with that, we're going to get started. Some of the things we want to look for when we're buying teas is quality. You know, growing up, all I can remember is good old Lipton tea. My mom had a box of it on the shelf at all times, and we had the tea bags, and that was our extent of tea. But you know, as we've gotten older, we get a little more sophisticated. We look for a little more high-end tea. So that's kind of where we're going to go today. So when you're buying a tea, some of the things you want to look for is the quality of the tea, the country it came from. Another thing you want to do is when you're steeping your tea, you want to make sure that you're using good, filtered, pure water, okay? A lot of times when you just take your tap water, it's got chlorine in it, other chemicals, and it's going to affect the flavor of your tea. If you don't have filtered water at home, I suggest just using some good old bottled spring water, and that'll work for you. The other thing you want to look for, we're going to do some, the tea we're going to feature today is a raspberry leaf tea. You know, when you buy your teas, they're sometimes compressed into a package. You want to make sure that the leaves are loose so that when it gets into the water, that you get the full penetration of the hot water to brew the tea. That being said, you're going to need some apparatus, some other types of things to brew or steep your tea. You can get as sophisticated as you want, or you can keep it as simple as you want. One of the things that you can use is like a little tweezer, okay? And it looks like it's got a colander on each side of it. And this is great for teas like the Rooibos tea, because it's not a real leafy tea. It's a little more branchy, so you know it works really well for steeping that. Once you fill it up, you put it in your cup and fill it up with hot water and let it steep the proper amount of time. Another one, and you can get these at Bed Bath & Beyond. You can get them at Williams-Sonoma. This is a pretty simple little thing. I call it a mechanical tea bag. Put your leaf teas in here. You close it up, okay? It's got a little chain on it, and you drop it in the cup, boiling hot water, just like a tea bag. We're not going to get into steeping times today, how much tea you should be putting into your cups and stuff, because all teas are a little bit different. Another one that it's really a cheap one. It's made out of bamboo, and it's probably been around for 1,000 years, but it works. And you know, if you're first starting out with teas and you don't want to spend a whole lot of money, this is a good one for you. And there you just hold it over your cup, and of course, if you're going to be steeping in a little teapot, you just pour it through, and it'll catch your leaves for you. Another one that I really like is just a little colander, and it fits on top of your cup. Pour your brewed tea through it, and it catches your leaves, and it's real easy to dump and rinse out. So that's another good one. The one we're going to be using today is probably my favorite. I call it a little tea press pot. And what it is you put your tea leaves in here, put your proper amount of water in there, close it up, put your boiling water in, and just let it steep properly. You want to make sure that you don't push the bottom of this, okay, because the hot water is going to come out of your hands, it's going to burn it. And you want to set it on the cupboard, and I'll show you how it works in a minute here. Some of the other things I want to talk about is, you know, if you want a little sweetness to your tea, I like to use honey. Okay, this is a great Carolina honey. We get it from a local man out here, and it's a pure honey. It's really good. The other thing I like to use, if I'm going to use a sugar, I like to use a non-bleached organic sugar. It's a little more coarser. It's got a little more sweetness to it. And it's probably a little healthier for you too. So you can get this. My wife gets it in a jug like this at the organic store. A little more expensive, but it's really good. The other thing is, if you want a little tartness, you don't have fresh lemons in the house, we always keep a jar of lemon juice in the house, and just to give it a little more kick. And then the other thing is, I can remember growing up, and if my dad had a little cold or whatever, up in northern Wisconsin it was pretty cold, he'd come in and my mom would fix him a little toddy of that honey, lemon, sugar, and, oh, by the way, a little brandy or whiskey to take the edge off. So those all work out pretty nice. So I'll tell you a little bit about our teas. It's the Aristocrat line. We have 5 flavors. The one we're going to feature today is the organic raspberry. Like I said, we have a robust red tea. We have a organic matcha green tea powder. We have a roasted dandelion root tea. And then we have a sweet matcha tea. And these are all organic with the exception of the sweet matcha tea because it's got a sweetener in it. And these teas really come in a really nice package. They're great for a gift item. You know, Thanksgiving's coming, Christmas is coming. Great stocking stuffers. You can buy them in a gift of 5. Great present. Okay, when the tea arrives, everybody's pretty impressed with it because the tea not only comes in the box, it's packaged in a little coffee bag container, sealed again, and then this is wrapped in a nice tissue. Okay, and then if it's the matcha, which is a tea powder, and it's almost like talcum powder, we put those that go into a little plastic bag that goes into this bag. So it's really sealed up. And a little gift item in here when you get your tea, what you're going to find inside of there is you're going to find a 10% coupon off on your next order. Also on the box, on each panel, there's a panel that gives you your preparation and it tells you the time, the amount of tea you probably should use to get a nice flavor. It tells you country of origin, who we are and everything, our website. And it also tells you a little bit about what these teas, the health benefits of these teas, or what to look for. Like the raspberry leaf tea, I have a cup every night before I go to bed, and it really helps me sleep, and I know that because it works. And I've had sleeping problems, and I have a cup every night, and I sleep like a baby. The other thing is you can get these teas on Etsy, you can get these teas online with Amazon, you can get these teas online with eBay. You can go to our website and order them, www.carolinaheritage.co.com. My partner in Romania, Andy, came up with this great recipe book, 33 fabulous recipes, not only featuring our teas, but a whole lot of other types of teas for your benefit. So look for those things. And what we're going to do now is we're going to brew a cup of tea. I'm going to get my water going. I think it's kind of hot already, but I'm going to get it up to a boil here. And what we're going to use is we're going to use my fantastic little press pot. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my teas. I've got a little bit more than 2 teaspoons of the raspberry tea leaf in here. I like a little stronger. I'm going to dump them in there and just kind of switch them around. You can kind of see what they look like in there. Okay, what I'm going to do with that, well, that water's getting up to temperature. What I did here is, this is another little teapot. Now this teapot holds exactly 1 cup of tea, and I got this teapot in a little tea apparatus store. I think it's probably made in Japan. And what's neat about it, it's round and it's supposedly to catch your leaves. But what's interesting is this is a raspberry tea that we've steeped, and I'm going to pour it through my little colander here, and you can see what's happening. It's kind of interesting. This little pot right here holds exactly 1 cup of tea. Right to the brim. What I really like about it, it works because all my tea leaves are still in the pot, if you can see there. And what I've got is I've just got a little bit, if you can see it there, in the basket. And there was 2 teaspoons of tea in there. So that being said, look at the nice cup of tea that this little pot brewed. And, you know, that's the nice, beautiful color we want to get. This is probably steeped for about 10 minutes, I'm thinking. And that's what the box says. In this glass, you can kind of see that little amber color there that we're looking for. And like I say, all teas are different. There's many varieties. What we're going to do with this tea here right now, the water's boiling. Yep, she's boiling. So we're going to take this here, and we're going to take my little press pot, and we're going to fill it with water. I'm going to measure my cup first, okay? Because otherwise I'm going to get too much water in there. Pour my water in my cup first. Cup right there, and I'm going to pour this in my press pot. Okay? I'm going to close that up, and you can see that if I pick it up, it's not going to leak, but you can kind of see that the leaves, they're starting to turn color already. And normally I let that steep for about 10 minutes, but I'm not going to do that today because we'll just stand here and watch this tea steep for 10 minutes. But I want to show you how it works. And then I'll put it back in and steep it later because I don't want to throw away some good tea. We're just going to set this on our little coffee cup here and watch it work. Isn't that neat? I think I paid about $22 for that, but it sure was worth it if you drink a lot of tea. And voila, we've got a steaming cut of hot tea, but wrong color. Didn't steep quite long enough. So that being said, I'm going to kind of end it today. We've covered quite a bit. Remember, you can go to our website, and we have a lot of information there. It's www.carolinaheritageco.com. And our website guru is Andy, and he's got all the questions about tea. So you have a great day. It's a beautiful day here in Gastonia, North Carolina. I think I'm going to go outside and rake up some leaves now. Fall is here, and it's time for a great cup of hot tea. Thank you, and have a great day.